What up, man? So, we're going to talk about this, man. Question is, are the 48 laws of power alpha? And of course, this is going to be a pimp perspective. Now, what we going to do here, man, is really break down all 48 laws of power. And we're going to delve into them. And I'm going to tell you, from my esteemed alpha knowledge, being the data, if these laws are alpha or if they're beta as hell. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit wild, man. It's going to be a little bit wide open, man. So let's get into this thing, man. YZF Dave, man, appreciate the $2 super chat. Hey, I'm already peaking over here, man. I can't go no high. I'll be in the red. I just turned it up a little bit more, man. That's about the best I can do, though, YZF. So let's get into this thing, man. Now, let's talk about these laws. The 48 laws of power. Now, let's also keep in mind that this power that Robert Greene, the author of this very popular piece of literature, is talking about, he never defined it. He never defined exactly what that power is. So what is this power that these 48 laws will bring you into? Because I know men personally right now who talk about these 48 laws of power and had to get up and go work for somebody else every day. You understand? If that's the type of power that it represents, hey man, I don't want that power. I don't know if you do, but we don't know if that's the type of power. We don't know what kind of power it represents. But let's break them down. Now, this is my esteemed opinion, man. If you don't agree with it, fine. But I'm going to tell you right now, one thing that won't be happening, man, you ain't going to be no beta male simp, man, Johnny sucker and come in here with no feminine energy, man, on no name calling and finger pointing and all that, man. If you don't like it, then, hey, man, you ain't got to listen. You can bounce. You understand? That's the reality of it. But for the alpha sphere, let's get into this thing, man. First law is never outshine the master. Now, I say this to you. There's two ways to look at that. At some point, you want to beat the master. That's the whole goal. When you beat the master, you're the master. So the concept of outshining the master, it depends on what angle you're coming from. For me, my goal is to be the master. And so as I learn and keep grinding the building, at some point, the master gonna get his ass outshined by me. You know, I'm not gonna be in a position to outshine the master and become respected as the new master and just hold back and say, well, I'm just gonna let him hold his position. What's the whole purpose of you being in that field or that industry or that particular market? What's the purpose of you being in that? It's like LeBron coming along saying, I don't never want to be better than Jordan now. Don't you compare me to Jordan now. No. He the best ever. I ain't gonna never be able to do that. You don't hear Jordan saying, no, I ain't the best, man. It was Wilt. It was Kareem. He's the all-time leader. Come on, man. Don't disrespect Kareem like that. You don't hear Jordan say that. He'd be on his commercial holding up his 6 rings. Like, hey, top this. Man. Oh. Now, this is the thing. When you're on the lower levels, then you may need to think about never outshining your master. And by this, you can outshine him skill-wise, but never try to embarrass your master. You know, you got these boys that's always trying to correct somebody. Like they be in the chats, always got to correct somebody, and have a time they be talking crazy. Them boys right there ain't gonna never get ahead. Nobody that's above them is ever going to be willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, or give them the helping hand, or give them the stepping stone that they need to rise up, because they always offending people by trying to make somebody sound like they don't know what the hell they talking about. So you see, there's two different angles to look at this. If you're a peasant or a peon, no, you had better not outshine the master, because you'll never get from the peon level. But if you're a rising star, at some point, your ass gonna be in a position to outshine the master. You understand? But also, never take your position for granted, and never let any favors you receive go to your head. You understand? You cannot. That I agree with 100%. You can never take your position for granted, no matter what it is. Any position you attain, you cannot get there, rest on your laurels, or sit and tell yourself, yeah, I'm here now. I ain't got to keep grinding to keep the position. That's why people lose their position all the time. You get the position, you go to sleep. Guess what? You got the position now. You ain't hungry for the position no more. There's somebody nipping at your heels that's hungry for the position. You understand? That's the reality of it. Law number 2. Never put too much trust in friends, and learn how to use enemies. Now, this one is a tad bit tricky, because you have to think about what friends really mean. Friends are really hard to gauge. You don't know why they're around you. When you're broke and you ain't got nothing, yeah, you know, but we're talking about attaining success. When you obtain a level of success, when you attain a level of financial freedom, of time freedom, you don't really know who rolling with you for what reason. You understand? So, but you know everybody has an agenda. But let me tell you something. Your enemy, or someone who you've been oppositional to, or who's been oppositional to you, you two guys put your head together, man, and go in and get together on a business venture. It'll blow up 100%. You understand? Because the loyalty is to the grind. When personal loyalty start getting into business, and somebody's more loyal to a person than they are to the brand, to the grind, to the business, to the growth, issues start. And you want to get that when you're dealing with friends. They always say, never mix business with family, your friends. You understand? You got a better chance of being in business with somebody who you really don't get along with. Because there's going to be a mutual respect, not an I like you, or my emotional attachment is to you. There's going to be a mutual respect for the grind. And your grind is going to make me grind harder. Your friends are the ones who become envious of you, not your enemies. Your enemies don't want to replace you. They want to beat you. Your enemies compete with you. Your friends want to take you out the game and get in your place. Your friends are looking at the spot every day. Your enemies are only guessing about the spot. And they just want to make sure you don't pass them. They're racing you to the top. So I do say this. There are certain principles and concepts. When we're talking about friends, we're talking about these are guys who, if they didn't grow up with you from little kids, then honestly, man, it takes a lot. It takes a real strong bond for two men to actually become friends, man, to become real partners when they didn't grow up together. I don't really know what's going. I don't really know what's going on with it, man. To keep breaking in and out. Somebody said, man, who is that? Who said that? Let me see. Hold on, man. Somebody said keep going in and out, man. Oh, I don't know what it is, man. Y'all just got to bear with me, man. It looked like it only went out once to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Looked like I only had one drop frame. But anyway, let's get back into this, man. Now, let's move on from that, man. That's just now. Conceal your intentions. Law number 3: conceal your intentions. Hell yeah, it's alpha as hell to not talk about your damn business. Talking about your business gets your ideas stolen. talking about your ideas, get your ideas hated on, get you hated on, get you lied on, gets obstacles put in front of you. You can't be a chatty patty. You can't be a blabbermouth Bobby. You gotta keep your intentions to yourself and just do your thing. You understand? I heard the homie AMS say when he was doing his last book, he wasn't gonna tell you when he was gonna put it out. He didn't want to tell you because then you'd be putting pressure on him to go ahead and do it. When it's coming, when it's coming. So he just didn't tell the date. See, these are the things you have to do, man. You have to conceal your intentions because this. Now, when it comes to, it says, hide your intentions by not closing up with the risk of appearing secretive and making people suspicious, but talking endlessly about your desires and goals, just not your real ones. See, my whole thing is this. Talking endlessly about anything is beta as shit. If you're a blabbermouth and you always yapping about some shit, whether you lying or telling the truth, it's just beta as hell to always be yapping. You understand where I'm from, man? Everybody keeps their ideas and their intentions to themselves. You're not going to risk appearing secretive unless you're around a lot of chicks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm talking about in business, unless you're surrounded by chicks or if you've already been a chatty patty and now you're closing up when people ask you about certain things. I think every man should be secretive about what he plans on doing. You know what I'm saying? And to say that, in order to hide your intentions, you got to, talk endlessly about other desires. Like you just pretty much got to make up lies because you don't want to talk about your shit. Just don't talk about it. Talk about something else. There's other things in the world to talk about other than your intentions. Say something simple as this, where, man, I don't want to jinx them. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, until things get closer to coming to fruition, man, I just, I don't want to speak on it, before I want to speak on it too early, man, and ruin the chances of it. I'm kind of superstitious in that way. Bam, there you go. But talking endlessly, hey, man, whenever somebody used the term talking endlessly to you, hey, man, you tell them you ain't doing no beta shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That whole suggestion is beta. See, when you use smoke screens to disguise your actions, then you got to understand this. Once people find out that you're using smoke screens and you lying and shit, man, that can affect you in a greater manner than anything else. In business, people want to be able to trust that you can provide what you say you can provide. People want to be able to trust that you can deliver what you say you can deliver. You know what I'm saying? When people put their hard-earned money on the line, man, for something that you say you can do or something that you say you can make happen, man, they want to feel like when you say you could do it, you ain't just shooting them through the shit. That ain't what people want, man. So for me, this one is concealing your intention is good, but going about it through these, these deceptive practices, man, is rather feminine. You know what I'm saying? Talking endlessly about your desires and goals, just not your real ones, then you will kill three birds with one stone. First, you appear friendly, which I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like appearing friendly just ain't no alpha shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't got to be no hard ass. Well, can't nobody get along with you at all. But trying to appear friendly, open and trusting. Come on, man. This is the real world. We men. You don't want motherfuckers to think, hey, I'm trusting. I trust it. I'll take anybody's word. Matter of fact, I had a consultation today, man, with a brother, man, who was doing the exact same thing in his life. He literally said he was too friendly and open. You know what I'm saying? And people felt like, that he was just a nice guy, and the people would share anything with him, which means he's trusting and all of those, man. And all he had about his life was, man, complaints. You understand? He wanted to change some things. We're in the process of changing some things for him now. And I just believe, man, first of all, you ain't really got, like, and you send your rivals on a time-consuming wild goose chases, man, you ain't got no business talking about your intentions with your rivals anyway. Who sits down with their rivals and discusses their fucking intentions? With your rivals? Come on, man. Your rivals expect you to be secretive about it, man. Rivals don't sit up and talk about things. Now, I do agree that the world at large kind of is built on deception. But it's built on the people who have it deceiving the people who don't. It's built on the market deceiving the consumers. It's built on the sellers deceiving the buyers. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's built on. It's based on the bosses deceiving the workers. Now four. And again, man, these all of these, all of these outlooks are based on my own alpha esteem, man, based on my own experiences, based on my outlook that is based on my experiences. Law number four, always say less than necessary. 100% agreed. Always say less than necessary. Always say less than. It is better for people to assume you might be a fool than for you to open your mouth and remove all doubt. You understand? It is better to perceive to be a man of few words than to be, conceived a blabbermouth fool. You understand? You cannot really strengthen your position if you're running your damn mouth all the time because you show your hand. So here it says now, always say less than necessary. And then right here, number 3, it says do some shit by talking endlessly about your desires and goals. That's not necessary. Talking endlessly about your desires and goals, just not your real ones, just making up some shit to talk about, man, that's not saying less than necessary because that's not necessary. You don't have to do that in order to conceal your intentions. You know what I'm saying? So, I know, man, everybody wants to, look at the thing and jump into it and, take everything to be, the way to go. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. To me, that's contradictory as hell, man. To me, it is. You see what I'm saying? So, one thing I do agree with, power cannot accrue to those who squander their treasure of words. Hey, man, like Scarface said, all you got in this world is your balls and your word. Your word is valuable. And the more you waste them, it's just like everything else. The more you talk, the less value your words have. I say that again. The more you sit and ramble, the less value your words have because there's only so many valuable things you can say. That's why you don't see me doing 4 and 5 hour shows. I rarely do 3. I might get to 2, but I rarely do 3 hour shows. 2 is my tops, and I try to keep it with inside 2 because in 4 hours, I'm going to say a lot of shit that doesn't have value. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know many people who can speak for 4 hours straight and continue to lace you with things of value unless you get to talk about empirical data and all of that, and that shit has no value. You know what I'm saying? It only has value to those people whose point it supports. So I just don't. Once the words are out, you can't take them back. So you got to keep them under control. You got to guard your lips and watch what you say. That's why you can't be sitting up just going on and on babbling about something that's not true, talking endlessly about your desires and goals. You just can't do it, even if they're fake desires and goals. You simply have to be careful with your words. You have to watch, how you interact with people. You can't be sarcastic with everyone. You can't always be willing to say whatever's on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to think those words back in because it's just not the best thing to say. You can't be this free-tongued devil who's always just opens his mouth and let his words fall out. You understand what I'm saying? I agree with that 100%. Law number 5. So much depends on reputation guarded with your life. Case closed. Number 5, top notch. Guard your reputation. You can say you don't care what people think about you, but that's haters. That's haters. But when it comes to your reputation, when it comes to what people think when they think of your name, when they think of you, then you have to understand, man, that means everything in the world. Half of everything in the world that's accomplished by the greatest men is accomplished by their reputation. When your reputation precedes you and people get positive energy from that, hey, man, the world is your oyster. Crack it open, man, and see if you can pull some out of it. That's the reality of it, man. The world is yours. When you really, really think about it, you have to understand that, man, reputation is all you have. Your name, that's your reputation. Your brand, that's your reputation. You understand? Your honor, that's your reputation. Integrity, that's your reputation. Being honest about things, man, that's your reputation. Reputation is what's real. So you can't build a reputation based on lies and deceit. You simply can't. That's not a very wise thing to do. Not open lies and deceit. Of course, you ain't got to share all the information you got. Like if we in business, let's say if we sit down striking a business deal and you don't know the business, I'm not gonna sit down and school your ass on the business before we strike this deal. You understand? I'm gonna sit down, man, negotiate the deal that's best for me and my team. And if you don't know the business, hey, you probably gonna get a bad end right there. But it's a learning experience for you. Everybody got to learn. And you ain't gonna be always learn from somebody teaching your ass. Not by sitting down teaching you, before you learn a mistake. A lot of times you're gonna learn by somebody teaching your ass by making you suffer through a mistake. Law number 6. Court attention at all cost. In other words, surround your name with the sensational and the scandalous. It says better to be slandered and attacked than ignored. I do believe that if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing. That's all this is saying. If you have no haters, you ain't doing nothing. Nothing at all. I mean, you really ain't doing nothing. What are you doing? If nobody wants to see you fall, then your ass hasn't accomplished anything. You know what I'm saying? If there's nobody around who just can't stand to see you doing well, it's because you ain't doing well. You know what I'm saying? So, in the beginning of your career, you got to attach your name and reputation to quality. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the best. You got to be the one that's providing the best of whatever the service is. You got to be the one that's providing the best of whatever the energy is. You got to be the one that's providing the best of it. You understand? And the people who provide the best of it may not even have the biggest business, but what they'll do, they'll have the most consistent business. They'll have the most steady growth in business, and they'll have the most loyal customers. The whole mystery thing, it applies to women and business. The whole mystery thing applies, man. You understand? You got to run a business that people like and love, but they don't understand. They can't understand the inner workings of your business. You understand? I think one of the worst things McDonald's did, man, is take people in there and show them how to make the pink slime. You know what I'm saying? Before that, the pink slime was a myth. We like, oh man, they say they use pink slime. I never seen pink slime. Once they showed how to make the pink slime, man, it was over, man. Their competitors started getting a little bit more of the market. Not enough to knock McDonald's out of the number one spot, but enough to gain everybody else a few percentage points here and there. And when you're talking about billions of dollars, those percentage points matter, man. So, and you just got to understand this, man, that creating an air of mystery means, like, somebody sent me a link, man, to a video, man, that this content creator did, man, and he was saying that, how do you listen to people that you don't know, and people that don't show their face, and people that don't blah, blah, and that's cool. If that's your opinion, fine. But that's the whole act of, not being open and being read like a book, and you people just know. I mean, you just a normal cat. You know what I'm saying? You just average. Average people, man, do not win. Average people do not continue to grow. They don't, man. Average people, their careers and their upward trajectory, it becomes stagnant at a certain point, man. Because the only people who honor average people are the below average people. And everybody at some point has the potential to be average. And once somebody becomes average, they don't look at an average person the same no more. An average person is your peer when you're average. An average person is your superior when you're below average. Once you become average, you're looking at people who are above average and trying to gravitate to their level. All right, number 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Can you say Phil Jackson? Hey, man, I ain't gonna say it's easy, but your chances of winning all these championships is hell when you got Pippen and Jordan together for 6, and then you got Kobe for 5. It's easy to win 11 championships when you got Jordan and Pippen together. Easier than most to when you got Jordan and Pippen together for 6, with a hodgepodge mix of guys who, some Hall of Famers and some guys who were very solid players for years. And then you move on to Kobe and Shaq for 3. and then you get two more out of Kobe and two 7-footers. Come on, man. Let's be. Can we say Phil Jackson would have won, man, with Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker? But I guarantee you, what that cat name is, man? The Spurs coach, man. I can't remember that cat name, man. But you know what I'm talking about. Can we say he wouldn't have won with Kobe and Shaq? Hell yeah, he would have won. Greg Popovich. Hell yeah, he would have won with Kobe and Shaq. Hell yeah, he would have won with Jordan and Pippen. Shit, I would have won with Jordan and Pippen. So, so yeah, man. Hey, let others do the work for you and take the credit. Because that's a part of being a boss. When you're the boss, you get the credit. You understand what I'm saying? If the company's called, systems, and we make it to the top of the Fortune 500 list, guess what? That company is called BoA Systems. Yeah, there's a bunch of workers in there, but that company on the front page, that building is going to say BoA Systems. And everybody who picks up that magazine is going to see me on the front, suited and booted, BoA Systems on that building. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, but at the same time, when BoA Systems goes belly up and has to file bankruptcy, they ain't going to think about none of the employees in that. They're gonna think about BoA. Hey man, what happened to the company BoA? And that's the reality of it, man. That's the type of things we're dealing with here today, man. Are you gotta live above average, man. See Doug, what up, homie? Stevie Thompson is in the building, man. Appreciate the $20 super chat. Ahmed Bari, appreciate the $15 super chat. Homer said, shout out Dr. BoA, spitting that real knowledge that this generation needs to hear. Salute, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. These boys, so they're uptight, man, by seeing my face, man. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go to number 8, man. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. Now, this one is a tricky one as well. So now for negotiations or meetings, it's always wise to lure others into your territory or the territory of your choice. I agree. It's the same thing when you first meet a woman. It's always great to have a woman come to your crib because it's your comfort zone. You understand? Now, once you get to a certain level of alpha energy, then you can go to her crib, man, and her crib is your crib. You know what I'm saying? When I walk in the chick crib, man, she ain't got to say it, but in my mind, I hear her saying, mi casa es su casa. And I'd be like, okay, I just kick my feet off when I kick my shoes off when I go in there, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be in there, man, acting all timid when she invite me to her crib. Her crib is my crib, man. That's how I'm treated. Now, of course, I got to find out what things are. But once I get comfortable and get my bearings around there, man, I'm going to treat it just like it's my crib. But for the initial encounter, it's always great, man, to have it at your crib. That's your comfort zone. You understand? That's if you need that. For me, I want her to be in her comfort zone because I'm comfortable anyway. But so whichever environment it is, you got to be in your comfort zone whenever you're negotiating something. It puts you in the driver's seat because if you're not in your comfort zone, you got to acclimate to the environment before you can even get into the mindset you need to be in. You see what I'm saying? You got to acclimate to the environment first. So I truly believe that, man. You make people to come see you, and the thing is, if you have to go the other route, cool. But you'll find out when you meet somebody for a business meeting in their comfort zone. That's why when a major corporation wants to do business with you, they fly you into their offices. You know why? Because they can wine and dine you, and they can woo you and show you how amazing the facility is, and show you how wonderful everything is, and show you what your office is going to look like, and show you how the area is and what kind of fun things there are to do in the area, and the beautiful women and the night scene and the restaurants and all of that. They can woo you to the area. It's hard to do that when they come to your crib to try to woo you over there, and they got a collage of photos that are trying to make your ass see the reality of living in the area through photos. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work the same. And that's the reality of it right there, man. That's some real talk. Jay Plunk, I appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Riot Voorhees, appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. So, Another thing is this, man. Let's go to number 9. Number 9 is win through your actions, never through argument. Men don't argue. See what I'm saying? Men don't argue. If we have a difference in opinion, man, I state my point, you state yours, it's over. We don't go back and forth, man. When I be seeing, you hear these stories about dudes getting shot because they were arguing over a game or a baseball game, or they were arguing over something else, man. I'm like, man, first, you niggas ain't got no business arguing in the first place. But I will say this, like I always tell you, even with women, actions speak louder than words. If your words and actions don't match, always judge someone's true intentions by their actions. Like if your words and actions don't match, I'm never going with your words. Your words can be better than your actions. I'm still going with your actions. Your words can be worse than your actions. I'm going with your actions every time. Cause it ain't nothing to open your mouth and let some lies fall out. But it's hard to act a lie. It's hard to act a lie. It's hard to consistently act a lie. You understand? That's why movies aren't 5 hours long. You understand? Because in 5 hours, it's hard for somebody to act a lie. And that's the truth right there, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't win with an argument. Somebody will bow gracefully. Somebody just, when people say we'll just agree to disagree, to me, man, that's one of the most feminine terms ever, man. We'll agree to disagree. Hey, man, we ain't got to agree to disagree. We're not disagreeing. We just have differences of opinion. But when it comes to, you know, winning, winning something worth having, yeah, man, your actions are what's gonna get you the winner. You know what I'm saying? Floyd could have told everybody, I'm gonna kill Pacquiao, I'm gonna beat the brakes off of him. I'm gonna knock him out, man. I'm gonna do it to him. But until they get in the ring and Floyd put hands on that boy, man, don't nobody care. It's just talk. When Mike Tyson said, man, with Lennox Lewis, nobody can beat me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. No one can beat me. I'm going to eat his children. When he said all that, man, and he got in the ring, man, and Lennox humbled that boy, man. He had him wiping blood off his face in the post-fight press conference. You can talk what you want to talk, but actions are always going to be the thing that mean the most, man. So a lot of time these guys, man, get caught in the relationship with these women. These women be treating them like total simps. Be treating them like scrubs, man. Be treating them like rats. And they still stay in it, man, because the woman is saying she loves them. The woman is saying she cares. The woman is saying she's sorry. The woman is saying she got this issue that she can't help. And this woman is saying that she don't want him to leave and all that. And he's sitting there taking it in, even though her actions are showing, man, that she wish she would get the hell on yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Law number 10, infection. Avoid the unhappy or the unlucky. I call it negative energy. Avoid that negative energy at all costs, man. Unhappy, unlucky, uncouth, unspiritual. You know what I'm saying? Unmoral or immoral. Hey, man, leave. You have to leave that energy. And I'm not talking about, man, try to work through it with them, or try to, see if you can help them out, or, don't try to assist them and make them better. Don't try to, don't leave them around nobody else. I agree with these things. Don't pass that person on to your friends, or don't do any of that. You got to bounce, man, when that energy come around you, because when the consequences of that negative energy come around, your ass ain't going to be spared. Because the Most High gave you discernment to know to get the hell away from around that negative energy. So when it comes around, your ass ain't gonna be spared. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of niggas in the pen right now, man. Wrong place, wrong time. Should have been gone. Knew they were supposed to be gone. Intuition kicked in and told them to be gone, man. They couldn't do it. They wanted to stay around. They wanted to be cool. You understand? They wanted to fit in. So avoid the unhappy or the unlucky, man. Let me tell you something. Misery loves company is true. Misery loves company is true. And then some people just cursed. It ain't luck. They just cursed. They're not unlucky. They are cursed, bro. Number 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. If someone's dependent on you, man, yes. Listen, bro. That is the most valuable tool you can have. Even in relationships, man, with women, that's the most valuable tool you can have. If that woman is dependent on you in order to feel what she needs to feel, you know understand? That's why I tell you, man, all the time, you gotta not just be willing, but you got to know how to say exactly what needs to be said in order to make a woman feel however you need her to feel at any particular time. And then at the same token, you got to be willing to let her say whatever she needs to say in order to make herself feel however she needs to feel at a particular time, as long as whatever she's feeling at either of those times benefits you. It's the same principle in life, in business, and everything else, man. You have to learn how to see what people need you for and make sure that you continue to provide that energy in their lives, because you people who are dependent on you, man, let me tell you something. People who are dependent on you will be the most loyal people in the world because they have to be. Somebody put up a meme on IG today, man. One of the homies put up a meme on IG, man. We had this dude, man, with this big, huge, fat chick, man. He was hugging on her, man, kissing her all on the neck, man. And the meme heading said, these dudes fall in love quicker than anybody. The dude who needs somewhere to stay. You understand? When he's dependent on a woman, bro, hey man, he'll feed anything into her mind. He'll do what he have to do in order to make her be what he needs her to be at that particular time. Perfect example of this particular law. Learn to keep people dependent on you. If a woman is dependent on you to feel loved, it don't matter if you love her for real. If she's dependent on you to feel loved, then guess what? You keep doing what you're doing, man. As long as you're reaping the benefit of whatever you're making her feel, man. And that applies in business as well, man. When you're providing a service, you make sure that service stays quality. You make sure you keep doing shit on time. You make sure that you keep providing the same result. You make sure that you keep studying and figuring out new ways to even increase the effectiveness of your business. You can't just stay stagnant. You have to continue to increase the effectiveness of your business. That's how you keep people dependent on you, man. That's how somebody can try somebody else out, but they'll come right on back because they'll realize, man, that hey, man, just what he was providing, man, is just I can't get that anywhere else. Number 12, use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. I don't buy in that one at all. That whole selective honesty thing, man. Nah, man. I'm an honorable man, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't buy into selective honesty. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it 100 all the time. So selective honesty, man, is beta as shit. It's beta, man. As a man, I mean, you just shouldn't have to be selective with something like honesty. As a man of integrity, you're not doing shit that you have to be selectively honest about. You're not doing unscrupulous things that you have to be selectively dishonest about. You understand? Like, as a man of integrity, a man of a high moral fiber, a man of a moral compass, a man of a spiritual base, then you're just not that same kind of man. Now, when we are talking about the 48 laws of power alpha, and there is no alpha without the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is the Alpha and Omega. So if you want to be Alpha or Omega, then you got to go through the Most High, since He is the Alpha and Omega. And I know some beta males say, "Oh, that's not what it's talking about." I know it means the beginning and the end, but we call ourselves Alpha, and there are men who call themselves Omega, so it still applies, sucker. So, and when you say, we use generosity to disarm your victim, nah, man. I mean, for me myself, man, I'm not gonna go up to nobody, man, and play nice with them when I got a knife in my other hand, man, getting ready to stab them in the back. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? If that's your thing, man, go ahead. I'm not saying it doesn't work. It's not alpha. It works, but it's not alpha. And that's the bottom line, man. Number 13, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never their mercy or gratitude. I agree with that 100%. That is one of the most alpha outlooks on this list. You know what I'm saying? These 48 laws of power, right there. Let me explain to you why. When you need somebody for something, you want them to give you optimal effort. Whatever they're contributing, you want them to give you optimal effort. And in order to get optimal effort, you have to create optimal interest. And how do you do that? By figuring out a way to present it to them in a way that benefits them. You have to show them how this thing benefits them. Everybody's going to grind hard for their own benefit. everybody's going to get it in for their own benefit. Everybody's going to do everything they can to make something successful if it's to their benefit. So you got to create, you have to figure out how it benefits them and present it to them from that angle. You know, so you know, and you can't ever try to appeal to their mercy or gratitude. Mercy, you don't want anything based on mercy. Only person you want mercy from is the Most High. You understand? And that's just mercy for all the things you've done already, man. Mercy keep from to try to beseech him from punishing your ass the way you deserve to be punished for all the things you've done in your life. But people, nah, man. People, when people do something, we talk bad about the guys who get mercy sex. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk bad about that because it's not meaningful. It doesn't carry any weight. You know what I'm saying? It's a very insignificant thing that a woman does when she gives you mercy sex. You dig? And you can't. And with gratitude, you may think somebody's gonna go hard if they owe you. No, they're just gonna want to square you away. People are not really gonna go as hard because they owe you something. You know what I'm saying? Because they're thankful for something that you've done. They're not going to do that and go as hard as they would if they actually have something to gain in this particular process. They're just not going to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? Not from my experience. Now there may be somebody in the chat, man, who has a different experience, but from my own experience, hey, man, that's just not it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not it. OG Bobby Johnson, appreciate the $2 super chat, man. Homie say, what up, doctor? The knowledge in session. No doubt, bro. Appreciate it, OG. OG Bobby G, man. We chopping it up, man. We might have a couple things, man, for y'all, man. I'm gonna get this fishing channel together, man, and we gonna talk about some things, man. Shout out to the homie. So, all right, let's get back into this thing, man. And this is another one, man, that I don't agree with, man. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Hey, man, let me tell you something. I'm a real nigga. I'm not finna act like I like your ass when I don't. I don't care what's the game. I'm not finna act like I like you if I don't like you. I'm not finna act like we cool if we ain't cool. You understand? I'm not finna act like we boys. I'm not finna act like we partners. I'm not finna act like I even want to do business with you if I don't. You understand? If I don't like you, you gonna know it. So to me, that one's beta as hell. This is one of those things where when I say beta on most of these things, it's about the Most High. It's about moral fiber. Like if you lack a moral compass, you're beta. You know what I'm saying? You can't be alpha without the Most High. You can't be alpha without some sense of integrity. You can't be alpha without a spiritual base. You can't be alpha without having something that governs your actions outside of your own personal desires. You can't be alpha. You can't. Anyone who says you can is a beta male simp mangina. That's why they say you can. So posing as a friend, working as a spy, bro, hey, man, it ain't all about, man, getting whatever you gonna get from that, man. It's probably best you don't have it because it ain't no blessing, bro, to pose as a friend and work as a spy. That's being deceitful, man. That's cutting somebody back out, man. That's showing yourself a friend, man, then turn around and stab somebody in the back, man. You're a sucker. You understand? And then a spy, just to be honest with you, man, espionage, man, come on, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That's some of the grimiest, shadiest shit you can do, man. Like being a spy, work as a spy. The thing is, working as a spy, you're not a boss. That ain't even a boss perspective. Bosses send spies to work. Bosses don't become spies themselves. So it's just a very unscrupulous thing to do, man. You know what I'm saying? It's so unscrupulous that it has no masculinity attached to it, man. You know what I'm saying? You're sneaking around, man, trying to, gather information for someone else to succeed, and all your ass is a talebearer and an information gatherer. Posing as a friend, working as a spy, it's the same thing as a nigga that's talking to the feds. You understand? If you're in the streets, man, and somebody talking to the people, man, they're working with the people, this is what this is. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. That's somebody that's working with the people to set you up, man, while they acting like they're your partner. Come on, man. Any man who will go for this is a beta male simp mangina, man. He can't be trusted. You can't even have him around you or nobody you know. That sucker deserve to be ostracized. You know what I'm saying? In whatever way you need to do it, that sucker deserve to be ostracized. You know what I'm saying? You got a bunch of cats out here, man, that'll take that law right there, and they living that life right there, right now, man, posing as somebody partner while they trying to get them jammed up for life, man. You know what I'm saying? For me, hey, man, I can't roll with nobody who rock like that, man. If you rock like that, bro, you got to get out of my face before I get on your case. You understand? I'm going to be honest with you. We going to have a problem. That's just some of that unscrupulous shit right there, man. Like, what's the difference in that and a snitch, man? And let me tell you something. A snitch is not somebody who just a regular working class Joe who sees something go down and they get questioned and they tell the police what they saw. Come on, man. Those street rules don't apply to squares. If you're a square, you ain't got to worry about the no snitching rule because you're a square. It don't apply to you. Street rules and street laws don't apply to squares. So lucky you, Mr. Square. But if you from the turf and you get your nose out there like that and get to talking crazy, man, and doing unscrupulous things like that, you deserve to be dealt with. You deserve to be dealt with because you're on the turf and you know how it goes on the turf. You can't act like you don't know. Now, number 15, crush your enemy totally. Yes, sir. Crush your enemy totally. Hey man, I ain't really much to say about that one. I'm gonna skip on through. Once someone declares themselves an enemy of yours, crush them totally. Obliterate them. You understand? Make them obsolete. So like a cockroach. You understand? A bury a cockroach. That's what you have to do. So we ain't gonna stay on that one long. Crush your enemy totally. I remember they jammed Bill Gates up with that antitrust case because he was crushing his enemies. He was crushing his enemies totally. They didn't have access to Microsoft. They didn't have access to Microsoft Word. They had access to Windows. They didn't have access to Windows. And you couldn't do nothing on your computer without Windows once they locked the game down. So that boy was in front of the Federal Trade Commission, man. And they were trying to jam him up. You know what I'm saying? So, crush your enemy totally. Number 16, use absence to increase strength and honor. I agree with this one 100%, man. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear, unless you are one hell of a guy. You understand? If you're in a field where what you do is just so thorough that it's not going to affect you in as negative a manner, but still, even if you're thorough and everything you do is totally different from what anybody else does, if you use absence, you're going to increase your strength and honor. You're going to increase the way people are drawn to you, the way people view you, the value that people place on you. You're going to increase that when you use absence to increase. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. That's what they say. It's kind of like when a chick gets out of line and you got to put on ice. Oh, she was all rah-rah before you put on ice. She wouldn't shut up. You understand? She wouldn't do whatever it is you told her to do. Or she kept doing something you told her not to do. And you had to put on ice. You understand? Boy, let me tell you something. Put on ice for 3 weeks. When you talk to her again, she's a totally different girl, man. She's a totally different chick. She nice and sweet as peach pie, man. I'm telling you, man. She went from all that strong rah-rah, man, to being weak as tap water and twice as clear. And I'm telling you, bro, this is how it is, man. The absence being away from you, man, it makes her wanna come around, man. You know, you must, and this is the thing, you must learn when to leave. You got to know when to put a woman on ice. You got to know when to dip out on her. You got to know when to put some distance between y'all. You got to know when to let her know, to give her a reminder that your ass will be gone on her. Because when they get comfortable, they don't remember that. You gotta make sure from time to time you give her a reminder that, shouting, I will bounce on your ass and never look back. And you know you don't want that. I was telling the chick that a couple days ago, man. Look, shout, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know the reason why, and I had on ice, man, for about 2 or 3 weeks. Let her come off ice, and I thawed out, and we were chopping it up, man. She was like, well, you so hard on me and blah blah. I said, shout, I ain't hard on you. You hard on yourself. My punishment rules, my rules and regulations and rules of engagement, they don't waver. They stay the same. So if you keep getting the same result, it's because you keep giving me the same action. And if you want something to change, then you got to change your actions. And you don't want me to keep putting you on ice. If you do something else, I'm going to put you on ice, shawty. You know that. You know you don't want that. You don't want to be separated from me. You don't want to not be able to get in touch with me. You don't want to not be able to talk to me, not see me, not do nothing. You don't want that for yourself. You know you don't. And all she could say was, "You right, I don't." I said, "Okay, well let's get it together then. You understand? If you're not gonna give me optimal effort, I'm not giving you anything in return if you don't give me optimal effort." So you got to think about it, man. Now, and this is the thing. I'm not talking about like when you first meet a chick. When you first meet a chick, man, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let her get exposed to the energy. You got to once she's exposed to the energy and she's caught up, then that's when this whole absence thing works. It don't work like in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You just meet a chick and then you say, okay, I'm gonna put on ice. First day y'all talk, I'm gonna put on ice. Nah, man, you ain't established nothing yet. I mean, unless you just got this hell of a chemistry with her. But even then, a woman can get over chemistry if it's not actualized yet. So, number 17, man. Keep others in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. I agree with that one 100%. That's alpha, homie. You keep others in suspended terror. They don't have to act afraid and go, oh, here's the boogeyman. They don't have to do that, but they have to be on their best behavior. When you come around, they got to be on their best behavior. They got to all check themselves. They got to do a self-check. Because they don't know what bag you're going to come out of. Your face is always stone. You stone face. So they don't know what's on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Even if you smile or chuckle, it's a brief one. It's a brief chuckle. Unless it's something hella funny. It's got to be some side-splitting funny. Other than that, they might get a little chuckle out you. Most of the time, it may be a little smile. But they don't get no friendly energy from you. See, this is the thing. They tell you, in one instance, to be friendly. You understand? They tell you to, when you conceal your intentions by talking endlessly about your desires, which was law number 3, just not your real desires, you kill 3 birds with one stone. You appear friendly, open, and trusting, right? Now, here we go. Don't be friendly. You know what I'm saying? Cultivate an air of unpredictability. You know what I'm saying? When you cultivate that air of unpredictability, they don't know anything about it. They don't really know you. They don't know how you're going to act. They haven't come to expect any normal behavior from you. And that's the best way to be, man. You know what I'm saying? They got to still be hanging on that one time you snapped out 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You could have changed 100%. Or done a 180-degree turn. But they remember that time you snapped out 2 years ago, boy, they don't want that to happen no more. You tore the place up. So, when you think about people being used to a norm, when you come through and upset that, it changes everything in everybody's eyes. You know what I'm saying? It does. I agree with that 100%, man. You change everything, turn everything upside down, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But I mean, you can't wear that out either. You know what I'm saying? Like it says, man, such power should only be used judiciously. Yeah, man, you can't wear that type of power out, man, because then you become an agent of chaos. And nobody wants to deal with an agent of chaos. Yes, an agent of chaos is entertaining, but nobody really wants to deal with him in business. Nobody takes him seriously enough. You can't be an emotionally volatile person, man, and think that people are going to deal with you. Number 18, do not build a fortress to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Isolation is certainly dangerous. Isolation needs to be done in small increments when you really need to separate yourself from the world for a reason to relax or reclaim your energy or redefine yourself or rebuild yourself in some way or yoga or meditation or has to be limited. You can't put yourself into a state of isolation. It's punishment, it's torture, it's emotional turmoil. You understand? So you can't willingly do that. You simply can't. I agree with that 100%, man. So you talking about these boys, like say they going like monks who go live on a monastery, man. Hey, man, when I can't be talking about they going monk, I be like, you ain't going monk. You just ain't messing with no women. You want to go monk? Go live at a monastery. Then you're a monk with one of them little friar tuck gowns on that they be wearing, man. You go ahead and do that. Then you can, you know, call yourself monk or whatever. But isolation is dangerous, man. Don't do it. I agree with that one. That's alpha. Law number 19. Know who you're dealing with. Do not offend the wrong person. You have to know who you're dealing with. You know how you see on movies sometime, man, where somebody be talking and they be saying, man, you know what, man, yeah, I saw him, man, but her dad is, yeah, or nigga be talking to a chick about her dad, say, your dad is nuts, man. He's always like that dude think he tough. Old dude think he blah blah blah. And then before you know it, man, dude's standing behind you. You know what I'm saying? And the dude has the key to whatever it is you're trying to do. He's the link to the level you need to be on, and here you are sitting here offending the man. You know what I'm saying? Not even knowing it. That's why you have to make sure you're on your very best behavior. Not your very best behavior, but you have to be on your most alpha behavior. You understand? You have to be in your alpha energy all the time, and you can't come out of that just because you're talking to some woman. Because if you change up who you are because you're talking to a woman, there's still people around you like, hold up, man, this dude, man, you get no respect changing up for a woman. I'm gonna be honest with you. If men know you to be a certain way, man, and you get around women you different, man, you get no respect for that. So you got to know who you're dealing with, and you gotta make sure you don't offend the wrong person, man. It could be detrimental to your growth. Law number 20: do not commit to anyone. I say again, do not commit to anyone, but be courted by all. This is what you have to understand, man. When you hold yourself back, you incur not anger, but a kind of respect. You instantly seem powerful because you make yourself ungraspable rather than succumbing to the group or to the relationship as most people do. Exactly. Alpha is hell. Alpha is hell. That's why I don't understand the whole purpose of, man, these dudes being in a committed relationship. Man, you're in a committed relationship, man. You're in a committed monogamous relationship. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I imagine your balls can get a little bored in that situation. I imagine so. So, and then the people who rush to the support of others tend to gain little respect in the process, for their help is so easily obtained. Having a consultation today, man, boy, was telling me the same thing, man. He always helping people. People can rely on him for whatever. Man, you get no respect. I just telling the cat this today. You get no respect. So this one right here is top notch, man. I was actually just telling somebody this today. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all, man. This is my first time looking at the 48 Laws of Power, man. I'm sharing that with y'all right now. This is my first time even being exposed to them. I never even knew what all 48 of them were. You understand? Because I get all my information, all my laws come from the statutes and commandments of the Most High. Those are the laws I follow. But I'm breaking this down because of request, special request. And what I'm doing is I'm applying the word of the Most High to my vision when I'm looking at these things. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, this is my first time, man. I'm sharing that with y'all right now. BoA's first exposure to the 48 Laws of Power. So don't commit, man. You know what I'm saying? When you listen, when you're being courted by a lot of people, or you're being like, it's the same thing with women. When they got a lot of options, man, they ain't finna try to even think about settling down with nobody, man. They don't. The women who got a lot of options ain't even thinking about that. They don't put no pressure on you for settling down. You understand? Because they have so many options. They don't have to commit. So, and remember this: you only have so much energy and so much time. Every moment wasted on the affairs of others subtracts from your strength. I just talked about that today. I just talked about that today, man. On the, or was it last night? Yeah, on the benefits of being a boss. Yeah, I just talked about that then, man. You know, all the time you waste doing someone else's bidding for them to become wealthy or successful is is a travesty, man. It's a travesty. Law number 21: play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. I don't even buy into no foolishness like that, man. I don't buy into foolishness like that. You know what I'm saying? I honor the Most High, so I don't have to play this play a sucker to catch a sucker game, man. You know what I'm saying? For me, I mean, in some scenarios, I imagine it'll work. You know, play a sucker to catch a sucker, trying to lure somebody in. It's kind of like, you know, posing as a sheep when you're really a wolf. You know, I understand that, wolf in sheep's clothing. Cool, cool, man. It's 2019, Jack. You know what I'm saying? Wolf. That's to me that's dated. You know, that whole concept is dated. You know, wolf in sheep's clothing, man. I mean, it's pretty much it's dated because with the advent of social media, people are more free about who they are. People are more free about what they like and what they don't like. No matter what it is, no matter how offensive it is to, you know, whoever, you know, people don't really have a problem with sharing that anymore. So, you know, I think, you know, playing a sucker to catch a sucker, man. I just ain't finna do that, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my type of hype. For me, that shit ain't not for. Not for me. Number 22, use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. You know, so people trying to make a show of their authority are easily deceived by the surrender tactic. You know, it is always our first instinct to react to meet aggression with some other kind of aggression. But the next time someone pushes you and you find yourself starting to react, try this. Do not resist or fight back, but yield. Turn the other cheek, bend. Hell no. Get the hell out of here with this beta male simp man giant shit. No, man. We ain't finna, but you ain't finna yield, turn no other cheek, and bend. Bend where? Bend over? Come on, man. What are we bending over for? That's what it says, man. It says do not resist or fight back, but yield. Turn the other cheek and bend. Hell no. You lost me with the turn the other cheek. You lost me with yield. Yield means submit, homie. I ain't with it. That's beta as hell right there. That's the most beta one on the list. I ain't gonna be honest with you. Now, number 23, concentrate your forces. I agree on that 100%. Intensity defeats extensity every time, which means coming ferociously for 30 minutes is better than, you know, doing something much less intense for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Intensity defeats extensity every time. You got to concentrate your forces so every blow you throw can be, you know, a better one, a stronger one. You understand? Everything you do needs to be better and stronger and more stable. Intensity defeats extensity every time. Number 24, play the perfect courtier. It's supposed to be quarter. Play the perfect. Play the perfect courtier. Avoid ostentation. Practice nonchalance. Be frugal with flattery. You know, arrange to be noticed. Alter your style and language according to the person you're dealing with. Now, I'll be honest with you. For me, I mean, that's a skill that I do have. You know what I'm saying? But it's partially due to you know, the multiple personalities, man. But yeah, when I'm on the block with the partners, man, I mean, I'm in my element. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm in the boardroom, man, trying to get somebody to invest $250,000 into my business, then, you know, I'm talking to them in a totally different way. You know what I'm saying? I'm an educated thug. So when I'm on the block, the thug in me is talking. When I'm in the boardroom, the educated nigga in me is talking. So I am the antithesis to the educated lane. You understand? So, and another thing, man, and this is real, man. Master your emotions. You understand? You got to master your emotions. You know, this is one of the most important things. There'll never be the bearer of bad news. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't hit nobody up bringing them no bad news. I mean, unless it's something super serious, man, that they don't know. But 9 times out of 10, if it's super serious, they already know. So, at number 25, man, we're gonna do the other 48 tomorrow, man. We stopping at 20. Matter of fact, it's 48. Cool. We stopping at 24. That's what we stopping at, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hold it down, man, and stop at 24 right there. And I appreciate everybody coming through, man. We'll get back on, man. We'll knock out the other 24 tomorrow, man. I try to make these things too long, especially during the weekdays, man. Try to make them too small during the weekdays. So, yeah, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. It's been real, homie.